there's a lot of nationalities, a lot of people, and it's a great city to live in. There's a lot of things, new things, and Morocco wasn't this advanced, but Casablanca is one of the most advanced cities in Morocco.
Now, the Moroccan system says that every child has to learn English from the age of 12.
So they just drew leaves, flowers.
I mean, even if you want to go to university in Morocco now, they require you to have an intermediate level of English, actually.
Now you see billboards out there, advertisements out there, they're all in English, they're trying to, the teasers, they come up in English for the campaigns. And so now in 2 years I've seen the progress happening. Mostly when I came here it was not that much, but now people are learning English. There are a lot of foreign companies like American companies or other companies, they're opening up their headquarters or branches here in Morocco. So I think it's coming along. There's a lot of influence, English language influence coming in Morocco.
Now most of the trades and everything, business, it's in English. Yeah. I think that's why. Even my father told me so, because his work it's only English. So he's working in America, so yeah, he told me English is very important.
I think it's important. English is for me the most important language in the world.
It's everywhere because of the tourism too. Morocco is really, the tourism is really booming here. As far as the English language is concerned, if you go out and you find a guide, they're fluent in English. You're gonna find better store, like if you go to a small souk, like a Moroccan market, and they speak better English than many of the people out on the streets, because I think they converse with a lot of conversation with a lot of tourists, and they know they have a lot of English speaking tourists. So yeah, English is coming along more every day and all over Morocco.
The unique part of our school is the children will graduate with 3 languages, Arabic, French, and English. But we teach our classes in English, except for the French class and the Arabic class. So the children begin in our school probably not knowing any English, and as they go through the grade levels, with support, they learn English.
When I first started in 2005, we didn't have an ESL system. A kid was just taken in, possibly with no English whatsoever, and totally immersed into their grade level. So right now, unfortunately, we could have a beginner in a pre-intermediate class, but we have a slight solution in that we do offer, through night school, the chance for that kid to come in and go through a beginner course book, let's say.
Sometimes it can be chaotic because many people don't understand, and it can take weeks for one person to understand, and it can take one day for another person to understand. So there needs to be a balance, and so in the school, teachers help the students after school. There's all the teachers, without exception, help the students after school so they can advance, because it's really hard with a lot of levels.
In addition to all those other classes, we have the lunchtime class that's a walk-in for grades 9 and 10. They can just walk in with their homework, with their social studies essay, their English essay, or a piece of literature that they have to read, and I'll help them through that, guide them through it, let's say.
Yeah, the school is small, and I think it's better when it's small, because when you have too much people, I think the quality is not so high, because there are some people who makes a lot of, what to say, things who are not belongs to the lessons.
The school is very nice. They are good. There are a lot of teachers that are very good. They are teaching very good, and yeah, it's very nice.
Well, I learned English when I was in the U.S. At 8, I went to the United States. I stayed there 2 years, so that's where I got my accent from. And then I came back to Morocco, and it's been 6 years since I've been studying English in Morocco, in the American school.
Obviously, English is not my native language, but I did all of my schooling after I graduated in high school from Morocco. I went back to the U.S., where I studied for about 8 years. I have 2 bachelors, one in econ and one in finance. Then I worked for a little bit, then I did my MBA in finance as well in the US. So my exposure to English before going to the US was very limited. I took English probably for 3 years in high school before I went to the US and continued my education in English.
Okay, we all know the gravitational pull, but what also they mean when they say the object's own inertia? Who can remind me what's inertia, please?
I've been learning English since 2004. So in Germany, but I feel that learning English in Germany is not learning English like in an American school, because when you learning English in school in Germany, after school you forget it. So you don't. You learn, you make homeworks and so, but you don't practice your English.
Generally, the families don't speak English. If they do, it's very limited. There aren't any English books available. A few, but very difficult to get hold of. It's very difficult to get hold of a newspaper in English or a magazine in English. If you do, on the rare occasion that you do find one, the price is extortionate.
I had ESL in US, and I learned by sign language. I only learned by sign language, so it was easier for me because my entourage talked in English. But here in Morocco, I don't think it's that easy because your entourage talks Arabic and French and.
Well, because my father speaks English very good, so when he was with me, I was trying to have conversation with him, like 2 or 3 hours speaking with him. And when I was doing mistakes, he was correcting me.
The good part about living in Morocco is that, the culture in itself is very mixed in. You know, Moroccan in itself as a dialect is a combo or a mix of Arabic, French, and a little bit of Spanish as well. So, you know, people tell us, well, you speak 3 or 4 languages or 5 or 6, and they're like, well, you're a genius. We kind of, it's just the way we were brought up, the culture or the dialect, Moroccan dialect in itself, because it is a mix of French, Arabic, and English and Spanish, kind of puts us in that, you know, mindset, or gives us the exposure to speak or to have the capacity of capabilities of learning other languages.
English is not that hard in grammar and writing. It's like French, and you can find a lot of words in English that are exactly like French. So French helped me a lot. If I hadn't known French, I would have taken a lot more time.
One of the challenges that I faced personally going to the US is that academically here in Morocco in high school we learned the British English, if I can, you know, differentiate between the British and the American. The accents are totally different. So the challenge that I faced going to the US is that having to having to take whatever I've learned, you know, the British way, and kind of alter it, especially accent-wise and in some instances, in some expressions, to the American, you know, American English, if I can call it that. That was pretty challenging.
First of all, my parents say that it's easy for me to learn. I learn quickly, and then when I began to learn English, I bought many like books, CDs, dictionaries, and every time I was reading, writing. I was reading, writing, yeah. Because when I read and I see that there's a word I don't understand, I take a dictionary and that's how. I love the English literature, yeah, because I love reading and writing, and when I bought books, English books, and I love them. Like Harry Potter, yeah, I love Harry Potter, yeah.
This is how I heard things. I saw movies, personal teachers, ESL, and after school, and I worked a lot to get to my accent and to get to my level, because I learned English in 6 months, perfect English. I don't know if I can call it method. I have a particular method. I don't remember, but it's like, I can say it's magic.
So the good piece of advice is that, you know, everything is feasible, everything is possible, as long as you put your mind into it and your effort, and there are no limits or no obstacles if there is the willingness to learn.